Hi, everybody from Shea Stadium in New York. Welcome to the opening day, 1991. And what a magnificent day for baseball. As this April 8th, temperature in the 70s. A perfect day for the Phillies and the Mets to open the season. Harry Callis along with Rich Ashburn and Andy Musser. And at the 11th hour, Lee Thomas consummated a trade late last night, getting Mitch Williams in an oft-rumored trade, finally coming to fruition. And in exchange, the Phillies gave up Bob Scanlon and Chuck McElroy. Rich, your thoughts on that trade?
Well, they gave up two young pitchers who have never done much in our organization. McElroy's 23, Scanlon 24. 3 years ago, Scanlon was considered a great prospect. So you don't know. Now, the guy they got, Mitch Williams, is an intimidator. He's probably the only one on the staff who can go out on the mound and shake a hitter up with the stuff he throws in the mound. I was surprised that the Cubs didn't ask for more.
So Mitch Williams, the wild thing, is a member of the Phillies, and we talked to General Manager Lee Thomas about the acquisition.
Well, it took a long time to get it done, Harry, as you know, and we needed a quality guy in that bullpen down there with Roger and Joe Baver, and I think we've got the best guy that we could get.
You wanted him all spring, did you not?
Yeah, we did. In fact, when we come to Kissimmee yesterday, Jim Fry called and said, I still want to talk about Mitch Williams. I said, well, we'll talk about it tonight when we get to New York. And it took about 5 minutes, and we got it done.
And he is ready to go today?
He's very anxious to go. He's happy about coming here. And I asked him, I said, we need you here tomorrow. And he said, I'll get here. And he did.
So I talked to him last night, and he's ready to go. He's excited about being over here. And, you know, it's just great to have a guy of that quality in our bullpen. Anytime you have Akers, Felton, and McDowell and Baver, and now to join them with a left-hander of a guy like that, it's very important for us.
It was extremely frustrating. I mean, I heard one day that the deal was done, so I'd go home and pack all my stuff and get to the park and no one says nothing. So it just got old. I mean, I want to be somewhere where I'm wanted and I'm going to be used, and I think that's the situation here.
Ready to go today?
Very much so. Can't wait.
The newest Philly, Mitch Williams, and Nick Lava will use him today. And Andy, a great day for baseball. Phillies facing Doc Gooden, a tough customer. What do you look for today? You look for any unsung heroes in today's opener?
Well, that's a good question, Harry. I don't know. When I think about today's game, I wonder how the Mets are going to score runs because they were such a poor-hitting team in spring training, and everybody is concerned a little bit about their defense here in New York as well. I'm not sure the Mets are going to be as good as they have been in recent years.
It'll be Terry Mulholland for the Phils and the Doctor, Doc Gooden for New York. We'll have the starting lineups for opening day 91 right after these messages.
Budweiser cordially invites you to a party at Trump Plaza. Dress is casual. Punch will be served. And there will be plenty of Budweiser on hand. Budweiser presents Holyfield versus Foreman, April 19th at Trump Plaza.
Let's party.
The Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, brought to you by the Undisputed King of Beers.
Life without choices is like a jukebox with one song. But more choices are always at your fingertips in the New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages. It's got more choices, a lot more, than any other Yellow Pages. No wonder so many of us, 9 out of 10 of us, use it. When it comes to choices, the more the merrier. The genuine New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company.
Fast wagon facts about Ford Taurus and Honda Accord. Fact, Taurus offers anti-lock brakes and an airbag standard. Not so with Accord. And Taurus is priced over $1,300 less at your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Fast facts about Ranger and Chevy S10. Fact, Ranger outsells S10 with big option savings. Fact, Ranger has 7-9 financing or $1,000 cash back. Fact, Ford Ranger costs you less. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer now.
Something has happened overnight. The company that created overnight shipping now gives you 2 ways to ship it overnight. Introducing an afternoon delivery service from Federal Express at a price that'll lift your spirits. It's a whole new dawn in overnight shipping. Federal Express, absolutely positively the best in the business twice a day.
94 ways to love your baby. 16.
Make a fuss over your baby.
42.
Take your baby out for a night on the town.
94.
Fill it up. Ultra 94.
When your car's your baby, it deserves a gasoline as special as Sunoco Ultra 94. Because only Ultra gives you the highest octane under the sun with great detergency.
61.
Take your baby home to meet your mama.
94. Ultra 94.
Back at Shea Stadium in New York City on a beautiful afternoon for the opener. Here are the starting lineups for the visiting Phillies. Lenny Dykstra leads off, center fielder. Darren Dalton will catch and bat second. Bon Hayes in left field hitting third. Dale Murphy, right fielder, bats fourth. John Kruk at first base hitting fifth. Dickie Thon, the shortstop, will bat seventh. Wally Backman at second base hitting eighth. Terry Mulholland will pitch and bat ninth. Mulholland last year won 9 and lost 10, a 3.34 ERA. That was the best ERA by a Phillies starter since Shane Rawley's 3.31 and 85. Terry was 1-1 this spring. For the New York Mets, they'll lead off with Vince Coleman in center field. Greg Jeffries, third baseman, bats second. Dave Magadan at first base hitting third. U.B. Brooks, right fielder, batting fourth. Howard Johnson at shortstop hitting fifth. Kevin McReynolds, the left fielder, will bat sixth. Tom Herr at second base hitting seventh. Charlie O'Brien will be catching. He'll bat eighth, and batting ninth and pitching, Doc Gooden. Gooden won 19, lost 7 last year. His ERA was 3.83. This spring he pitched well, although he had a losing record. He was 2-3 with a 2.83 ERA. We're using amateur umpires this afternoon. The Major League umpires will begin, we're happy to announce, tomorrow. And in one case tonight at Texas, Milwaukee and Texas will have Major League umpires. But a settlement has been reached with the umpires on a 4-year contract. This afternoon, though, we have amateur Bob Nelson working the plate. He's 40 years of age from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, a sales representative for a computer systems firm. Mike Aloka will be at first base. He's from Spring City, Pennsylvania, 36 years old. His occupation is a mixologist, or bartender, if you will.
You probably know him.
I probably know that, Mike. Scott Graham will be at second base, a 40-year-old from Westchester, Pennsylvania. He's a sales and service representative for a hazardous waste recycling company. And Tony Gasandi, 36 years old from Verona, New Jersey, will be the third base umpire. He is a sales representative for a pharmaceuticals company. Shea Stadium in New York, down the lines, 338 to the power alleys, 371. 2 straightaway center field, it is 410 feet. The first ball was thrown out by several of our service personnel who served in the Persian Gulf. Staff Sergeant Jose Gonzalez, Captain Richard Goodwin, Lieutenant Robert Wetzel, and Staff Sergeant Eduardo Figueroa, all from the New York area. He threw out the ceremonial first ball. Well, we're about set for this opener. There are other games underway. In the 5th inning, the Yankees lead Detroit 4-2. Boston leading Toronto 5-1 in the 4th inning. Chicago over Baltimore 3-1, and Cleveland leads Kansas City 1-0 in the 2nd. 0-0 Houston and Cincinnati in the 4th at Cincinnati. That was kind of a strange spring for Phillies manager Nick Leyva. For the first time in my history of Major League Baseball, a manager seemed to be under fire at spring training. And we asked Nick about this spring and how it affected him.
It was difficult in the sense that I think that what you go down to spring training for, Harry, is to kind of focus on opening day, and that's to get your team in shape and get them not only physically ready, but also mentally ready. And, you know, I think what that does is it takes a mental toll on a ball club when all that sort of things are going on. But, you know, I think, in all honesty, Harry, that a lot of the little things were blown out of proportion. You know, I've talked to the players, I've talked to Lee Thomas, I've talked to Bill Giles and everybody involved. And, you know, those things are forgotten now. You know, we did have a rough time there for a little bit, but those things are over with. Now, the most important thing about spring training was that we're ready to play baseball. This team is ready to go.
Are you happy with the club you have?
Yes, I really am, Harry. I feel that this ball club, if, you know, we can just stay healthy and do the things we're capable of doing and nothing more, is going to be a very good ball club. You know, people talk about our pitching staff, and there's nothing wrong with our pitching staff. We have quality there. We just don't have experience, and experience is important, don't get me wrong, but the way to get it is to just let these guys run out there and get it, and I know they can get the job done.
Phillies President and Chief Executive Officer Bill Giles in the Phillies club box along with his son Mike. And Doc Gooden doing the pitching for New York. The doctor is getting his 6th opening day assignment. In opening day, he is 3-1. His loss coming last year to Pittsburgh. Lifetime, this man has a remarkable 73 games over 500. The Phillies have beaten him more than any other team in the National League. Phillies have beaten him 7 times. He has beaten the Phils 12.
Send our best along, Harry, to Nancy Giles, who had some kidney stone problems. And let me tell you, I've had those. She has my sympathy, I'll guarantee you that.
Hope Nancy is feeling better real soon, watching the ball game back in Philadelphia. Lenny Dykstra will lead off for the Phils as the 91 season is ready to begin. Bud Harrelson in his first full year as manager of the Mets. Bud still holds the Mets record for most opening day games, 11.
Harrelson likes his club. He says the defense is better than expected, or at least advertised.
First pitch of 91. This is a bit high for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to Lenny Dykstra, coming off a tremendous spring. Hit .484. Very high, 2-0. Extent of the Major League umpires agreement with Major League Baseball, the Major League umpires will get salary increases. The minimum has been raised, as has the maximum. 3-0 to Dykstra. And they'll also get more per diem money, more travel expense money. And the owners wanted the point of umpires being selected for postseason based on merit rather than rotation. 3-1 to Lenny Dykstra.
How about vacation time? I think they were going to get
3 weeks instead of 2.
Instead of 2. I think some of those umpires take months off.
But the contract is settled. We're happy about that. It's a 4-year deal. And so they will be back tomorrow afternoon for Game 2 of the 91 season. It's a full count to Lenny Dykstra.
Borderline pitch, outside corner. If it got the outside corner, it was close.
Full count to Dykstra. Hit in the air to center field. Backtracking is Coleman. He makes the catch near the warning track. Pretty well hit by Dykstra, but flagged by Vince Coleman. 1 down. It'll bring up Darren Dalton.
It's a big out for Gooden. He, dropped behind 3-0, and he didn't want Dykstra on base. Came back to get him.
Coleman, of course, has played left field for the St. Louis Cardinals in his career. His first year in center field, and it looks to me like he plays a very deep center field. And he's back, way back there. Knox quickly ahead of Darren Dalton, 0-2. Dalton led all National League catchers in games, walks, runs, doubles. on-base percentage last year while hitting .268. He hit .318 out of the 2-hole. Was second in the league, tied for second in Ks last year with 223, behind only teammate David Cohn.
Big curveball, and it's a good one. That just couldn't catch up with it.
And we got Von Hayes. Von hit .261 last year, 17 homers, 73 runs batted in. He's been a pretty good lifetime hitter against Gooden, .314 lifetime. That gave him a straight change and missed. Gooden does not fool too much with that pitch. He'll mostly fastball and 2 speeds of curveball. Smash down the right field line, but foul. He's really turned on a fastball, but hit it foul. It's 1-1. Gooden, $5 million man, signing that new contract for $5 million plus per season. One ball and 2 strikes.
You don't throw many fastballs by Hayes. I think Vaughn was up there looking for something else. And he'll get something else now, probably.
Third ball. Nelson saying that he committed. It looked like he held back, but Nelson, the plate umpire, called the swing. Hayes keeps his hands back, and Vaughn already arguing. Now will retire the side. 2 strikeouts for Doc. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left after 1/2. Bills nothing. New York coming to bat.
When I lost my sight, the last thing I worried about was balancing my checkbook. But Donna at Core States had an idea that made it easy.
Hi, Margaret. How you doing? This is Donna.
Recorded my statements for me at home.
Check number 5031.
You cannot imagine how much it means to me.
1122. I look forward to talking to you again next month.
We believe in the power.
We believe in the power of relationships.
Come rediscover American value at the National Dodge Sell-A-thon. Presenting some of the best Dodge deals ever. Total savings up to $4,370. Air conditioning at no extra charge on Caravans plus $500 cash back. Savings up to $3,700 on Dakota. Savings up to $1,750 on Spirit. And prices from under $7,700. But hurry, these deals can't last forever.
Baseball isn't always easy, or painless, or pretty. But with 2 boxes of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or Kellogg's Raisin Bran, baseball's free. Just clip the vouchers from the box, redeem them for a ticket, and you're in the game. Choose from any of these exciting dates. See package for more details. So don't drop the ball. Catch a free game. But hurry, this offer's going. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes and Kellogg's Raisin Bran, your ticket to the game.
This telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be rebroadcast in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies and WTXF, Fox 29 in Philadelphia. Terry Mulholland pitching for the Phillies, his first opening day assignment. Vince Coleman will lead it off for New York. Coleman, the switch hitter. Hit .292 for the Cardinals last year. Led the league in stolen bases for the 6th straight year. He hit .242 this spring. One strike to Coleman. Mulholland is probably the best at the Phillies at throwing strikes among the starting pitchers. 180 innings last year, 75 strikeouts, and 42 walks. missing, 1-1. Curveball, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Coleman. The Mets did not hit well this spring. As a team, they batted .240. They kind of struggled at spring training. Mulholland this spring, 1-1, lost 1, 3.67 ERA. Chopper foul.
Looks strange in that Mets uniform, does Vince Coleman. Wearing that number 1. That was my number originally, and Mookie Wilson was the last one to wear it.
Fouls a fastball out of play, 1-2. Mike Cubbage is the third base coach for Bud Harrelson. Tom Spencer coaches at first. Ball and 2 strikes to Coleman. Hit to right field. That's deep. Murphy can't get it. It's off the fence, and Coleman will get 2 out of it. A double off the base of the right field fence for Vince Coleman.
I didn't think he could hit the ball that far to the opposite field. Reached out on a pitch out away from him and well over Murphy's head. High pitch. Good pitch to hit.
That'll bring up the switch hitting Greg Jeffries. Jeffries hit .283 last year. Led the league in doubles with 40. Nothing. He balls and no strikes. Has never beaten the Mets. Lifetime he is 0-3 against New York with a high career ERA of 6.43. We'll keep an eye on Coleman. He likes to steal third as much as he does second. Might give Jeffries a chance to move him though before he thinks about stealing. To deep left field, and this ball is off the base of the left field fence. Coleman will score. Jeffries at second with a double, and all of a sudden it's 1-0 on back-to-back doubles.
That's another high pitch. Mulholland throwing a lot of those, and that's why they're going off the bat so well. Jeffries wasn't even thinking of moving the runner there. He saw that high pitch and really teed off on it. It's a way to move him with a double. See, that's right up there about letter high. And Ron Hayes had no chance. Those 2 pitches, they both hit right at the bottom of the fence.
Here's Dave Magadan coming off a great year in which he hit .328. Third in the league in hitting. And it was the second highest Mets batting average in a season. That mark held by Cleon Jones when he hit .340 in 1969. ball and 1 strike to Magadan.
Magadan had a high percentage of scoring runners in scoring position last year. It's 40%. That's way up there. That's why he's batting third in the lineup.
Two and 1 to Magadan. It out of play. It's 2 and 2. That's the score to first inning run. Jeffries at second with nobody out. 2 and 2 the count to Dave Magadan. Another foul out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cincinnati's taking a 2-1 lead on Houston in the 4th inning. Tom Browning against Mike Scott in that one. Off another one. Dick Lavin, Phillies' new pitching coach, Johnny Padres, looking on intently. Out. E.B. Brooks waits on deck. E.B. back in a New York uniform from whence he began. He had a rip and a fastball up around the letters and fouled it back.
Yeah, those are dangerous pitches. Unless you throw the ball 95 miles an hour, or like Sandy Koufax 100 miles an hour, those are dangerous pitches.
In the air to left field, fairly deep. Von Hayes is back there, makes the catch, and Jeffries will hold at second. So Magadan is out, 1 down. That'll bring up U.B. Brooks. U.B. is a good RBI man, always has been. Came back to the Mets from the Dodgers for Bob Ojeda. He knocked in 91 last year for Los Angeles. Hit the Phillies well last year. He hit .356 against the Phillies. Lifetime, Hubie has not been a good hitter against Mulholland. 1 for 10 lifetime. Pitches down around where Terry wants to get his pitches, down around the knees. A good play to Mulholland covering for out number 2, and on the play Jeffries moves up to third. Kruk really played a fine first base this spring.
He had a tough play here, too. He had that in-between hop and then guns the ball to the pitcher. That's what you want. You don't want any of those soft tosses. Get the ball to the pitcher before he gets to the bag.
I'll bring up shortstop Howard Johnson. Hojo batting right against Mulholland. Hit .244 last year. 23 homers. He knocked in 90. 1 strike to Howard Johnson. Johnson struggled a little bit in the spring. He hit .188. Smothers a foul past Cubbage, past the ball girl down the right field line. To the count to Howard Johnson. Calls that pitch out of play. It's still 0-2. Him out. Fastball inside corner. Hojo is called out on strikes. That'll retire the Mets. They got a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And after 1 at Shea, New York 1, Phillies 0.
If your car pulls to one side, if your steering wheel is off center, your car could be out of alignment. At Midas, trained professionals with the latest technology align your car right. Before your tires show uneven wear, have your alignment checked, or you could be shortening tire life and taking risks. You see, we're serious about safety. Hey, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Buy any Midas Shocker Strut now and get the second one for 50% off the regular price.
In my 13 years in the big leagues, I've seen teams with a lot of different styles and makeups. What I like about the 1991 Phillies is that we've got a good blend of veterans and talented young guys. I think it can be a fun year. I know I'm looking forward to it.
Friday, April 12th, 7:35, the Phillies home opener. Always one of the biggest nights of the year. Enjoy the festivities, watch the Phillies play the Cardinals, and get a handsome Lenny Dykstra Dale Murphy poster courtesy of IGA. Call 463-1000.
Our trivia question today: what pitcher started the most consecutive opening day games for one team in Major League history? Started 12 opening day games for one team. Dale Murphy will lead it off for the Phillies. Murphy hit .254 for the Phils and the Braves last year. Fouls off a curveball, 1 strike. To Murphy. Check swing foul. He's in the hole 0-2. Two strikes to Murphy. Leading off the Phillies second. Struck him out with a good fastball. 3 straight strikeouts for the Doctor.
High fastball. 1 pitch to hit. At least it was high in the strike zone. Didn't catch up with that one.
That'll bring up John Kruk. Struck hit .291 last year. He's been a good lifetime hitter against Gooden. .375 lifetime against the Doc. Struck had a great spring. Led the Phillies in spring RBIs with 21. Off-speed pitch that he got over. 1-1. Bouncing ball to second base. Hammer will throw out front. 2 down. It'll bring up Charlie Hayes.
Tom Herr has been playing with a bad leg all spring.
Charlie Hayes has been pretty much overmatched by Doc Gooden in his short major league career. He's 2 for 11. Doc has struck him out 5 times in 11 at-bats. Missing with a curveball, 1-0. Deep left center, but he got it a little bit off the end of the bat, and Coleman will make the play in front of the warning track. And the Phillies are out in turn in the second. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 New York.
They look good.
They work good.
Have you got your pearls on?
I bought these with a coupon, and they gave me a second pair.
Oh, they got this thing. A guarantee. Have you got your pearls on?
Salam. Whoa. And they fixed them for you, huh? Yeah.
She said no charge.
I got these Ray-Ban aviator sunglasses for $34.95. Why just wear glasses when you can put on pearls? Ray-Ban sunglasses, $34.95.
Pearl and Pearl Vision Express for glasses in 1 hour. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for location.
A few small towns in western Pennsylvania have produced more football legends than any other place. Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas, George Blanda. What is it about these towns that gives birth to such greatness? The very things that drive us at Ford. When leadership is in your blood, you push yourself to even greater heights. In fact, starting right now, you'll be seeing more new models and exciting innovations from Ford than you've seen in years. Ford Motor Company.
It was hated and hunted. It was worshipped and feared. It was the White Buffalo. Starring Charles Bronson as Wild Bill Hickok, Will Sampson as Crazy Horse. The White Buffalo.
Tonight at 8 on Fox 29.
Well, Friday night, the Phillies open at home against St. Louis. Plan to be on hand. That Philly fanatic crawled up on top of Veterans Stadium today, and he will be up there until opening night on Friday. He's going to be camped out on top of the vet with the first ball, which he will deliver in his own inimitable way. Eventually, Jim Bunning toss the first pitch at the vet, will toss out the first ball. Well, if you drive by Veterans Stadium and see a funny green thing up on top of the vet, it'll be fanatic. Give him away. All fans on opening night will get a Dr. Dirt and Mr. Clean poster featuring Lenny Dykstra and Dale Murphy, compliments of IGA. We hope to see you on Friday night when the Phils take on the St. Louis Cardinals. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kevin McReynolds. 2-2. McReynolds hit 24 home runs. He's hit 20 or more homers in each of the last 5 years. Full count. He popped him up. Right near the plate, Darren Dalton has it all the way. Well, McReynolds is out on a high infield pop, 1 down. That'll bring up Tom Herr.
Number 28, Tom Herr.
Herr hit .264 for the Phillies last year, .250 for the Mets. Had quite a few runs batted in for batting out of the number 2 hole most of the time, or down in the lineup. He had 60 RBIs. Labored this spring, hitting at 180. On strike. The count to Tom Herr. One out and no base runners here in the second. The Mets scored in the first on back-to-back doubles by Vince Coleman and Greg Jeffries. 1-2. Him out. Second strikeout for Mulholland. That's 2 down here in the second. That'll bring up Charlie O'Brien.
A little slider that Mulholland throws, and this one had a good bite to it. Down and in.
Charlie O'Brien, a good defensive catcher. The Mets got him from Milwaukee last year for pitchers Kevin Brown and Julio Machado. Not much of a hitter. He had 186 at Milwaukee, 162 for New York. Fouls off a fastball. Lots of camera people here today.
I don't know if this is a sellout, but it's close.
1 ball and 1 strike to Charlie O'Brien.
If you don't come out to a ball game today, you're never going to go to one. Opening day and the weather we're having.
Beautiful.
This is like Florida without the wind.
Three balls and a strike to Charlie O'Brien. Mayer is out here today. Mayor Dinkins of New York. 3-1. Really do not want to walk this 8-hole hitter, who's a lifetime .209 hitter. He hits that ball into left center, and Lenny Dykstra chases it down, and that will retire to the side. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. And at the end of 2, it's 1-0 New York.
What do you think? Here's a better idea.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle.
No wonder nobody ever comes back.
People are pouring into Pizza Hut for a great new lunch deal. Because right now, you can sit down and enjoy a pepperoni personal pan pizza for just $1.29 and a supreme personal pan pizza for just $1.79. Or carry them out for the same great low price. Either way, you get the Pizza Hut pizza you love. Plus, you'll get them in 5 minutes or your next one's free. Now, you could go somewhere else, but with a deal like this at Pizza Hut, why would you? Pizza Hut, making it great!
Introducing the new Scoop. You'll find the sporty new Scoop is just one surprise
after another. Beginning with who makes it. The new scoop from Hyundai. Yes, Hyundai.
Well, there's still time to get in on Phillies Action 91 by ordering a season ticket. They start as low as $84.50 for 13 games. There are 11 different plans for all types of budgets and schedules. Best way to see all the action from some of the best seats at the bet. Find out about all the options and advantages of season tickets. Call the sales office at 463-5000. Weekdays from 9 to 5. Dickie Thon will lead it off for the Phils. Thon coming off a .255 year in which he had 8 home runs. Dickie has never had a lifetime hit against good, and he's 0 for 8 lifetime. Our trivia question today, what pitcher started the most consecutive opening day games for one team in Major League history? Holding him 2 to Dickie Thon. Thon had a great spring. He hit .408.
How about that Robin Roberts?
That would be correct. Opening day pitcher for the Phillies for 12 straight years.
Tom Seaver had to have quite a few when he was here.
I think Seaver's started 7.
Seaver's number is one of the retired numbers. Managers' numbers retired here. Gil Hodges and Casey Stengel. Casey Stengel has his number retired in 2 different stadiums. This one in Yankee Stadium.
Tom Seaver had 11 starts for the Mets, 1 behind Robin Roberts. One ball and 2 strikes to Dickie Thon. Strikeout for the Doc. 1 down here in the 3rd. It'll bring up Wally Backman.
Now this was a great pitch. Curveball that was borderline low, borderline outside. Tough to lay off when you're a hitter with 2 strikes.
Here's Wally Backman, who hit .292 at Pittsburgh last year. 1-0. With that one, 2-0. A 1 strike to Wally Backman. Backman struggled in the spring, hitting at .169. We're in the 3rd inning. Mets lead by a score of 1-0. That'll be the first hit off Doc Gooden. Line single to left by Backman. Ray Mulholland will try to move him along now. Mulholland late time, 0.69 hitter.
Nice little swing here by Backman. Leveled off. Pitch out away from him.
Gets the bunt down hard. Magadan throws to second. They got the 4. Mulholland hit it too hard to Magadan. They get the force on Backman. Magadan to Howard Johnson for out number 2. It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra.
A little surprised that Magadan went to second. Oh, it was bunted hard. Somebody had to yell at him because he never saw the runner behind him. I guess it's the catcher who usually calls that play.
Mulholland is the base runner at first with 2 outs for Lenny Dykstra, who flied out to center his first time up. Lenny not happy with that call by the amateur umpire, Bob Nelson.
He didn't like the one pitch on his first at bat. He thought was outside. He got another one.
One ball and 1 strike to Lenny Dykstra.
This is only a one-day thing now, these amateur umpires, but they usually help the pitcher because the amateur strike zone is considerably bigger than the professional or major league strike zone. Outside of, you know, a couple of borderline pitches, this fellow Nelson has done a pretty good job, I'd say. Possibly that check swing on Ron Hayes might have been a bad call.
Knock is low with a curveball. It's 2-1. Umpires work for the Eastern Collegiate Athletic Conference as amateurs.
This is where Dykstra will be looking fastball and looking for something he can drive. He doesn't want a single here. He can take a single, but he wants an extra base hit.
He got a fastball, but he beat it foul down the first base side.
Probably a little inside. Couldn't quite handle it.
Larry Boa coaching at third for Nick Lehman. Don Bukovic at first. Running, steals second base on a breaking ball that bounced up there.
Well, he's the only pitcher to steal a base last year, Mulholland. So he's got one this year already, and he had one last year.
First stolen base of the season for the Phils by Terry Mulholland. Full count to Lenny Dykstra.
He has more stolen bases this year than Vince Coleman.
Just spoiled that good curveball. So Doc was not giving in to Dykstra. He's not going to.
No, he has a base open. He can figure he can work a little bit, but Lenny was surprised at that 3-2 hook, so he just kind of reached out and poked it foul.
Dykstra has hurt Gooden since coming over to the Phils. He's 6 for 14 off Doc Gooden. So with first base open, Doc's not going to give him anything real good to hit. Another curveball, and it's popped in the air to shallow left center. Tom Hurd drifts out. He makes the play. Now retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 New York.
All the little girls we've helped bring into this world from U.S. Healthcare.
Each time I see a little girl of 5 or 6 or 7, I can't resist a joyous urge to smile and say thank heaven. Poor little girls get bigger every day. thank heaven for little girls. They grow up in the most delightful way. Those little eyes so helpless and appealing, one day will flash and send you crashing through the ceiling. Thank heaven for little girls. Thank heaven for them all, no matter where, no matter who. Without them, what would little boys do? Thank heaven, thank heaven, thank heaven.
Over 1 million Americans have turned to us for a healthier way of life. U.S. Healthcare, a health plan for living.
1-800-CHAMPION. It's the only number you'll ever have to remember for all your second mortgage needs. When your bank says no, Champion says yes.
Well, we hope to see you on Friday night when the Phillies take on the St. Louis Cardinals for the 1991 home opener in celebration of the 20th anniversary of Veterans Stadium. First ball will be pitched by Jim Bunning, but of course Philly Fanatic has that first ball, and he's camped out on top of the bed right now. He went up when the first pitch of this game was thrown, and he'll be up there until Friday. And has special plans for delivery of that first ball. All fans receive a Dr. Dirt and Mr. Clean poster featuring Lenny Dykstra and Dale Murphy, compliments of IGA. Order your tickets and plan to be there for opening night. 463-1000, the number to call. Doc Gooden, good hitting pitcher, lifetime 183, will lead it off for New York. One strike. Base hit to center field off the bat of Doc Gooden. The third New York hit, and that'll bring up Vince Coleman.
Yeah, he is a good hitter. He has 3 home runs in his career. Just off out of reach of Blackman.
Coleman doubled his first time up. He scored the New York run. Doc Gooden at first. Just out of the grasp of Kruk, who was charging in and couldn't change directions quick enough. One strike to Coleman. He's trying to push bunt his way on.
Just out of reach of his leather.
Big a lead, but almost got picked off by that good step-off move of Terry's. That's a foul. John Kruk near the stands. Fan reached out, and that's called an out. Fan interference. Kruk had a play on that ball. That will be fan interference.
That's a gutsy call by an amateur umpire, because the fan did reach over the railing, and you see Kruk waiting there for the ball. Well, it hit his mitt, and then the fan hit his mitt after that. It's Mike Paloka, the umpire there.
Well, that's one out on fan interference, and the batter will be Greg Jeffries, who doubled to drive in a run his first time up. Led the league in 2 base hits last year. Let's pause for station identification on the Phil's television network.
WTXF, Fox 29 in Philadelphia.
2 strikes to Jeffries. In attendance today, celebrating her birthday, The great Patty Stevenson. Made for Video Dan. Up and in, 1 and 2 to Jeffries. He's having problems with his changeup. He's thrown that pitch high all day, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, he's having trouble getting all his pitches down.
Good off-speed pitch, struck him out. Third strikeout for Mulholland. 2 down here in the third. It'll bring up Dave Magadan.
Best pitch he's thrown today. That was, you're right, an off-speeder, a change-up, and good location, down, away.
Magadan flied out to left his first time up. That's lead at 1-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Cincinnati. Reds lead their home opener against Houston 6-1.
With Houston batting in the 5th. So that
Ball and 1 strike. Today, Magadan. Up the middle, Backman flips the thon for the force on Gooden, and that will retire the side. For New York in the third, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Andy Musser comes your way in the fourth after 3, 1-0 New York.
Consider everything the mountains have to offer. It's not surprising why anyone would want to work up here. Come to think of it, it's not surprising why they'd want to hang around after work either.
Calumet Farm in Kentucky has produced more legendary racehorses than any other stable. Whirlaway, Citation, Alydar. When excellence becomes a tradition, there's no end to the greatness. And it doesn't happen only in horse racing. Ford has set the pace in the auto industry from the outset. And with billions of dollars invested in models like our new Crown Victoria and Grand Marquis, we're going to stay out in front. Ford Motor Company.
Before your tires show uneven wear, let Midas check your alignment. You see, we're serious about safety. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser with that distinctively clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. And by the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. Bell of Pennsylvania, a Bell Atlantic company. And by Dodge. Rediscover American values at your local Dodge dealer where it's advantage Dodge. And Andy Musser with us here in the top of the fourth.
All right, Whitey, and we have some of the troops here who have returned from the Gulf, and they're being honored and given special privileges by the New York Mets at this game today. That's holding a 1-0 lead at this point. There's the Mets official box, and you've got to look at Fred Wilpon there. Nelson Doubleday is down there. And some of the selected returnees who have been given the special privilege of throwing out the first balls today and also getting a great seat for the ball game. Darren Dalton hits a mile-high pop to shallow right. Tommy Herr wants it. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Darren struck out in his first at-bat today. And this time, Gooden gets him on 1 pitch. Von Hayes will be the next batter for the Phillies. Doc Gooden quoted in the paper today as saying that he has never slept a wink before pitching an opening day game. Now, I don't know whether we're to take that literally or not, but if that's the case, it hasn't really hampered his performance much because Doc is 3-1 in opening day games. This is his 6th opening day start. Pitch on the way to Hayes, and he hits it back through the middle on a base hit. The Phillies get their second hit off Gooden. Wally Backman had the other, also a single. Well, Von Hayes has not left his stroke in Florida, that's for sure. Dale Murphy, a strikeout victim in his first at-bat today. Murph has never had a whole lot of luck off Gooden. A .222 lifetime average against Doc. This is the 14th career opening day start for Dale Murphy, as long as we're given numbers. Mets infield looking for a double play here. Gooden does not have the move to first base that Terry Mulholland has. In fact, it was Gooden who came the closest to getting picked off in this game when Terry gave him that quick step-off move a little while ago. Magadan started out as a third baseman. He's learning to handle that first base bag pretty well. From his point of view, shame he's not a left-hander all the way. He is a left-handed hitter.
It's going to give Gooden that pitch. He's really going to be tough. That was one of those borderline low pitches. Gooden has been hurt by the stolen base in his career and gets very aware of runners at first, especially those that can steal a base.
Early in his career, the year he had all those strikeouts, that was the one chink in his armor that year. And Murphy chases one outside. It's 0-2 on Dale. And I remember after his rookie year, they spent a lot of time working on that. That was the big project for Gooden between his rookie and sophomore seasons, and again following his sophomore year. Quick step off. Mets are ahead 1-0 in the fourth. Hayes is able to get back as Doc's throw was high, so Magadan didn't even bother to apply the tag there.
One reason those pitchers like Gooden don't have a good move is that they don't get that many runners on first.
As young players, that's true, but when he reached the majors, I'm sure he did very little of his pitching out of the stretch. Hayes goes, the pitch is high, and Hayes is out. A tremendous throw by O'Brien.
Great thing about O'Brien here is that he got rid of the ball so quickly. That's not a bad jump. Got rid of the ball quickly, threw it hard. It was a high throw, but her able to make the tag.
Dale Murphy called out on strikes to end the inning as Gooden gets number 5 in the K column. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. Go to the last of the fourth, 1-0 Mets.
Need a plumber? You'll find more ads in the New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages. But what good is a book full of plumbers when you just need one? Who works at night? Who takes credit cards? Who can come right now? Odds are you'll find the best choice in the book that gives you the most choice. The genuine New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. The Bell Atlantic Company. Say you needed a room for the night where they take credit cards.
Come rediscover American value at the National Dodge Sell-A-thon. Presenting some of the best Dodge deals ever. Total savings up to $4,370. Savings up to $4,200 on Ram pickups. Up to $1,700 on Shadow convertibles. Air conditioning and no extra charge on Caravans plus $500 cash back. And prices from under $7,500. But hurry, these deals can't last forever.
My mother actually didn't want any of us to play basketball. She feared that we'd be injured. 6 years ago, I tore up my knee. I knew that it was career-threatening and possibly career-ending. The whole knee just basically shattered. No one really knew what was inside of me. My heart would bring me back to play the game again. But I wanted to become an all-star again. That was my goal. The doctors, they could tell me what was inside my knee, but they couldn't tell me what was in my heart. And it's what's inside of me that made me an all-star again.
This Sunday, when the Phillies complete their series against the Cardinals with a 135 game, a pair of white Phillies batting gloves with red trim for the youngsters 14 and under, compliments of Homer's Cookies. Get your tickets by calling 463-1000. Terry Mulholland starts Hubie with a breaking ball and misses with it. The Mets lead it 1-0 in the fourth. Brooks was out on a ball that was really played nicely by Kruk, right over the head of third base coach Covage, and that young lady down there has had a couple of tough plays today.
Hubie Brooks is the 87th Met third baseman since they started in 1962, and he was probably the best of all, and they traded him away.
And went on to play shortstop for the Expos and right field for the Dodgers in the meantime. Slaps another breaking ball foul.
Bond's gonna he's gonna help her out. Two of them he's chased down now. But he was gonna let the ball girl get this one.
Hubie only semi-happy to be back here in New York. He is from Los Angeles, and he thought that would be a great place to wind up his career, but when they got Strawberry, they had one too many. He stays with this breaking ball and hits it down the line. Murphy, let's see if it skips away from Murph. Hubie's on the move to second base. That'll probably be a double all the way, even though it skipped by Murphy. And the Mets have their fourth hit off Terry Mulholland.
I think that'll be a double all the way. He had two strikes and then slopped up that hanging slider. Boy, that was just hanging up there to hit, and Brooks nailed it. I think they've scored a double all the way.
Dale was just trying to cut it off and make sure that Hubie didn't get two, but it looked like it was going to be a double no matter what he did with it. Howard Johnson is at the plate. Howard was called out on strikes to end the first inning. High in the air to right field. Murphy coming toward the line. Makes the catch. Hubie on the move to third. And he just got in.
Murphy knew the runner would be tagging, and the grass really slowed that ball after it hit. That's one of those that you have to throw almost all the way in the air, or at least just one bounce. And it bounced a couple, 3 times. Hubie doesn't run that well anymore. The infield now will come in tight.
Yeah, when you're trailing Doc Gooden 1-0, you don't want to give up that second run. It would make a huge difference. So as Kevin McReynolds comes to the plate, they are in tight for the Phillies. McReynolds was out on a pop-up in his first at-bat. It was caught by Dalton a third of the way out for the mound. Whitey, a lot of people think that McReynolds really could be one of the keys to the Mets offense this year, and here's a big spot for him right here.
Well, yeah, he's always done a good job. I don't think he's been a real leader.
Grounder to third. Charlie Hayes keeps the ball in front and gets the out, and there was no way that Hubie Brooks was going to score on that one. 2 down.
Kevin McReynolds is so quiet, and usually those quiet guys don't, you know, they're not rah-rah. They don't get involved with other players too much in terms of their problems, and Kevin just kind of keeps to himself. Charlie Hayes had his body in front of this ball, and that saved the play for him. But Charlie has a strong arm and just guns him out.
Tommy Herr steps in, and he'll see if he can pick up his teammate. Tommy struck out in his first at-bat. Tom did not play in the spring training game when the Phillies visited the Port St. Lucie home of the Mets this spring. Nick didn't want to see this second run come across. 2-0 on Tom Herr. Charlie O'Brien on deck. Johnny Padres motioning out to Terry Mulholland.
I think he wants him to go with hard stuff on her.
It's 3-0 on Tom.
Mulholland has been hurt today with his off-speed pitches.
Gotten a lot of them up.
All three doubles, Mets doubles, have been hit off high off-speed pitches.
Well, Tommy gets the green light, 3-0, but fouls at 3 balls and 1 strike.
And Buddy Harrelson also wants Tommy Herr to swing the bat because the fella coming up next, O'Brien, is, you know, never hit much in his short major league career.
1985 was that very unusual year when Tommy had 110 runs batted in for the Cardinals. Way up high, ball 4. He walks. That's the first batter walked by Phil's pitching today. Charlie O'Brien has some power. Not a great hitter for average, though. He flied out to center field his first trip today. You see runners first and third, and there are 2 outs. 1-0 New York as O'Brien gets in. Doc Edwards is a Mets coach. Ex-Phil, and Doc was telling me before the game that he thinks Charlie O'Brien may be the finest mechanical catcher there is right now. Doc, having been an ex-catcher, his opinion should carry some weight. Breaking ball for a strike. The Mets are one of the few teams that have 3 catchers. Mackey Sasser is their left-handed batting catcher, and Rick Cerrone is here as a backup. Runner goes from first. Dalton throws. Other runner coming to the plate, and he scores.
That's a terrible way to give up a run. A double steal is what it is. Batman couldn't get the ball out of his glove. Dalton did what he was supposed to do. Here it is. That gave Backman a good hard throw. And see, here's Wally. That's waiting for the play that never came.
Inside a ball. So Hubie Brooks gets credit for a steal of home, and you don't see them very often anymore. 2-0 New York.
And Herr will get credit also for a stolen base. Tough run to give up.
Here's the pitch. Missed with a breaking ball, especially with 2 out like that, because Phillies thought they could see their way out of the inning. The 2-2 pitch. High into the air to deep left field, but Hayes has room. And that's the 3rd out, but the Mets get 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left. After 4, 2-0 New York.
Spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray.
So, did you break him, Raj? Break him? I own him. That horse and I are one. We achieved a special kind of oneness. Man and beast. Speaking the same language.
What's that mean? Means they'll be talking again tomorrow.
This is Happy Valley.
We've each got a different job.
Yeah, Harry cuts the back and I do the front.
But what makes it really easy is the Honda.
Hydrostatic transmission lets us all go at our own speed.
This baby really cooks. But Clara, she's got the easiest job.
What an arm.
Honda lawnmowers. Nothing's easier.
Friday, April 12th, 7:35, the Phillies home opener. Always one of the biggest nights of the year. Enjoy the festivities. Watch the Phillies play the Cardinals and get a handsome Lenny Dykstra Dale Murphy poster courtesy of IGA. Call 463-1000.
Before your tires show uneven wear, let Midas check your alignment. You see, we're serious about safety. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Just slightly overcast here at Shea now, and maybe that's a benefit for the hitters because that shadow that has now crossed home plate isn't quite as severe as it might be were the sun out brightly at this point. And it's 2-0 New York. Leading off for the Phillies in inning number 5, John Kruk. John grounded to second base in his first at bat. He flares one foul down the left field way. Phillies president Bill Giles, General Manager Lee Thomas just greeted here by the center field message board between innings. They are seated in the club box down next to the dugout. That's Jerry Clothier down there, and Bill Webb is there as well, Phillies counsel. Kruk led all National Leaguers in spring runs batted in with 21. Swinging a hot Florida bat. Two on Kruk. Phillies have 2 hits off Gooden. He hasn't come close to walking anybody. Doc with 5 strikeouts to this point. The 1-2 pitch. Hits it a ton to deep right field. Home run for John Kruk. Doc Gooden gives up the home run to John Kruk, and it's a 2-1 game.
Yeah, what's amazing about that is he had 2 strikes on Kruk. It's like he was going to try a high inside fastball, and Kruk, I mean, he tore into it.
The first Phillies home run of the year. Indeed, the first Phillies run of the year, and Kruk's second lifetime home run off Doc.
Pitch was up and hard, but Kruk really turned on it.
Charlie Hayes grounds one to third. Jeffries on it. Makes a low throw and bobbled by Magadan. Safe at first is Charlie Hayes. Magadan could not pull up the poor throw from Jeffries, and, well, the New York papers today were full of questions about the New York defense.
And that was a routine play. Jeffries, I think, got a little careless with his throw. Had all kinds of time. The ball bounced up on him a little bit. He made a nice play and then bounced it over there.
Error charge to the third baseman, who was a second baseman last year. Dickie Thon comes to the plate. Dickie was called out on strikes in his initial at-bat. So the Phillies have the tying run on base. Nobody out in the 5th. the outside part of the plate. Ball one on Dickey, who was the Phillies' best hitter in spring training in terms of hits. He had 31, one more than Lenny. Rain was holding up that game in Cincinnati for a while, but they've resumed with the Reds leading Houston 6-1 in the 6th. Strike 1-1. Dickey taking a good look at Larry Bowa's signs. Phillies were down around the bottom of the league in stolen bases last year. So some hit and runs will probably be in order.
This is a hard pitcher to hit and run on because his pitchers are so good. Fastball and his curve. I don't think they'll hit and run on him. I think they'll just play it straight here.
The 2-1 pitch. Now, Gooden hasn't had many, if any, 3-1 counts. He's not been behind.
Had one on Dykstra, the opening hitter. He ran Dykstra 3-0 and then 3-2, of course, and got him on a fly ball to center, but that's the only other hitter.
Charlie Hayes goes, and the pitch is inside. Ball 4, his first walk. So this inning begins in the Phillies' favor. Home run, error, and walk. 2 on with nobody out. Mel Stottlemyre is going to the mound. Even a veteran pitcher like Doc Gooden needs a pat on the fanny and some advice at some point.
Well, you have Backman here now. What do you do with him? Because you have Mulholland coming up next, who probably couldn't hit Doc Gooden with a scoop shovel. But so I don't think you have Backman bunting. Wally singled his first time up. Backman would like to move the runners. But I don't think he's going to just try to smother the ball and pull the ball just to move the runners, because you have the pitcher coming up next.
Wally got the Phillies' first hit of the ball game after Gooden had retired the initial 7 batters he faced. Now Doc's in some trouble. Pick off at second. They tried to sucker Charlie Hayes into following the shortstop Hojo, who headed for third.
The Mets are looking for a bunt, and I think that's a mistake.
I wonder whether they really are looking for a bunt or whether they just put that play on. Backman takes a strike. So Wally, who did not have a good spring batting average, is hitting 1,000 right now.
Another thing you have to keep in mind that Dykstra is, as things now stand, the third hitter. You'd kind of like to get him up there.
Good chance of that with nobody out so far. The Mets have out-hit the Phillies 4-3. Mets lead 2-1. Backman pokes it towards second. There's one. Double play.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That really hurt. Backman hit the ball sharply, but right at Tom Herr. Good call at first. It was close.
Now the hitter is pitcher Terry Mulholland, and Terry takes a fastball for a strike. Terry bunted into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat today, trying to sacrifice, and then he picked up a stolen base. swing by Terry, 0-2. Ball was in O'Brien's glove. Terry had 6 hits for the Phillies last year. 9 hits lifetime. Pretty good eye by Terry to lay off that pitch. That was a pitcher's pitch. Two and two. Crowd is rooting for Gooden to get his 6th strikeout. Another close one, and Terry is able to take it. So it was 0-2, and now it's 3-2. And you know Doc doesn't want to walk him, so he'll probably give him a fastball down the middle. There it is. Strikeout number 6. Phillies 1 run on the homer by Kruk. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 New York.
Get the facts, then head in fast to your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Facts. Right now, Ford offers up to $700 cash back on cars, up to $1,000 on tough Ford trucks. Facts. You can choose special financing as low as 4.8 for 48 months. The simple fact is, right now is your best time to make your best deal. For big customer cash or special low financing, see your Quality Plus Ford dealer now for a quality deal you can bank on.
Something has happened overnight. The company that created overnight shipping now gives you 2 ways to ship it overnight. Introducing an afternoon delivery service from Federal Express at a price that'll lift your spirits. It's a whole new dawn in overnight shipping. Federal Express, absolutely positively the best in the business twice a day.
Homer's never been serious about physical fitness.
I'm a big fat pig!
But this Thursday...
We've got rice cakes for you.
Hey, I've been setting my drinks on these things. He's getting into shape.
Look, I'm using the original notches that came with my belt.
Get ready for the new Homer Simpson.
Hey, what gives? These donuts are piling up.
Yeah, Homer Simpson went on a diet.
Oh, my God. And I just bought a boat.
The Simpsons, Thursday at 8 on Fox 29.
Mets are ahead 2-1. They got back-to-back doubles in the bottom of the 1st from Coleman and Jeffries to get the game's 1st run, and they made it 2-0 on that double steal in the 4th inning when Hubie Brooks stole home and Tommy Herr stole 2nd. The Phillies came back to get their 1 run, and John Kruk led off the 5th inning with a home run. Here's Gooden to lead off the inning, and he sends a high fly ball out in the left center field. Dykstra wants it. When he puts it away, there's 1 out on the Mets' 5th. Gooden had gotten a single his first time up. Terry Mulholland has given up 4 hits. 3 doubles and Gooden's single. Vince Coleman coming to the plate. Coleman has scored 1 of the New York runs following his leadoff double in the 1st. Last time, Coleman was called out on fan interference as he lofted a pop foul along the first baseline, and Kruk was ready to field it but couldn't. Breaking ball for a strike to Coleman. Vince was telling us in spring training that he intends to bunt more this year now that he's playing his home games on grass and dirt. And Charlie Hayes is shallow, guarding against that possibility. Pop-up foul. Kruk will get this one without any help from the fans. Mulholland gets the first 2 hitters and now faces Greg Jeffries. Jeffries led the Mets a year ago in RBIs against the Phillies with 16, and he had 4 home runs, and he has another RBI today on that first inning double. He is 1 for 2. Mulholland struck him out the last time. On the ground, Dickie Thon is there. Buck makes the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. The Mets are retired in order, and at the end of 5 this afternoon, the Mets are ahead 2-1.
Shine a light on you, shine a light on me. Keep your Bud Light shining for everyone to see.
When you're looking good, you want Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down.
You can't taste it, you can feel it. You know you got it right. 'Cause everything else is just a light. Just keep your Bud Light shining. Everything else is just a light. You got to shine on. Everything else is just a light.
Want another way to play the Pennsylvania Lottery's daily number game? Play the front pair. Just match the first 2 numbers and you win, no matter what the last number is. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Or play the back pair. Just match the last 2 numbers and you win, no matter what the first number is. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. Match either pair and you win $50 for every dollar bet, no matter what happens to the other number. The daily number pair bet. It pays to play every day.
All children 14 and under receive a pair of white batting gloves with red trim just like the players wear, free. Sunday, April 14th at 1:35 when the Phillies play the Cardinals. Order tickets quickly and easily by calling 463-1000.
1-800-CHAMPION. It's the only number you'll ever have to remember for all your second mortgage needs. When your bank says no, Champion says yes.
Mets have a 2-1 lead, and we'll take a look at how the pitchers are faring today. Of course, the only real difference is the strikeout column for Gooden. He has fanned 6, twice as many as Mulholland. And we have a new left fielder now for New York, as Mark Carrion takes over for Kevin McReynolds, and we don't know whether Kevin is ill or pulled something or what. I talked with McReynolds before the game, and he didn't give any indication of not being up to par, so we'll get an announcement later, possibly. Lenny Dykstra leads off the Phillies' 6th. Lenny has not been able to reach today. He has flied to center and popped to second.
Reynolds was involved in a close play at first in the 4th inning, and he really was digging down. He might have pulled the muscle slightly.
Here's another ball that will probably be caught shallow left field. Carrion, the ball finds the newest guy in the game again. Amazing how often that happens. It's just incredible.
Now in left field for the next number 45, Mark Carrion. Now batting number 10, the catcher, Darren Dalton.
Darren Dalton steps in against Doc. Gooden has struck him out. Dalton popped to second his second time up, 0 for 2. Don't forget, another day game tomorrow, but it starts earlier. It'll be a 1:40 start at Shea Stadium tomorrow. And we'll be televising. Hope you'll join us. We should have the regular umpires back for tomorrow's game. In fact, the regular umpires are going to work the night game at Texas tonight, where President Bush is scheduled to throw out the first ball. 2-0. Solidly hit, but foul. Jack Clark paid a quick dividend for the Boston Red Sox as he hit a grand slam home run today, and they are ahead of Toronto 6-1 in the 8th inning, in large measure due to that slammer by Clark. Solidly hit by Darren Dalton. Over to cut it off is Brooks, and Darren will stay at first with a single. That's the Phillies' 4th hit, so the hit column is all even now. Next hitter, Von Hayes, who has one of the Phillies' hits. Von has struck out and singled. Chicago White Sox running away from Baltimore. It's 9-1 Chi Sox, 8th inning.
Good club over there in that new ballpark.
Some people are picking the White Sox this year. Going to be a good race in the AL West. Kansas City getting some support. Oakland, of course. 2-0.
This is not a situation Gooden wanted to get into here with a runner on first and go 2-0 on Von Hayes, where he almost has to throw him a fastball.
There is the fastball, and Hayes skies it to right field, not deep. Hubie Brooks moving into his position.
Boy, Von had his pitch. He put a good swing on it, but he got under it.
That's out number 2.
And he knew it.
Right fielder Dale Murphy.
This is right down Broadway.
Look at the way Vaughn drops the bat. He knows he's under it. Dale Murphy. Dale has struck out twice. 0 for 2. On the ground, headed for the hole. It's a base hit. Murphy rolls a single through the left side hole. Dalton stops at second. And for the first time today, the Phillies have 2 hits in an inning.
And they have the guy at bat who is accounted for the only run with a home run, John Kruk.
It was a no doubt about it shot. Kruk with 3 homers in spring training and 1 more today. Kruk had 1 previous home run off Gooden, so he's touched him twice.
Got that curveball over for a strike, and now Gooden can fool around a little bit. At least he can stay away from his fastball.
Ball is hit in the air to left. Carrion has to go back. Oh, he makes the play. Phillies in the 6th, no runs, 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Carrion put a thrill in that when it's 2-1 New York.
Ways to love your baby. 16.
Make a fuss over your baby.
42.
Take your baby out for a night on the town.
94.
Fill it up. Ultra 94.
When your car's your baby, it deserves a gasoline as special as Sunoco Ultra 94. Because only Ultra gives you the highest octane under the sun with great detergency.
61.
Take your baby home to meet your mama.
94. Ultra 94.
Introducing the new Scoop. You'll find the sporty new Scoop is just one surprise after another. Beginning with who makes it. The new Scoop from Hyundai. Yes, Hyundai.
Make a beeline for the A-Man, because this week his guest lineup is strictly VIP. You'll see big screen sensation Tom Selleck. Get the instant replay from Good Sports Farrah Fawcett and Ryan O'Neal. Cut loose with crazy comic Joe Piscopo and Fresh Prince Will Smith. Then move to the music of outspoken Sinead O'Connor. But first, kick off the week Monday night with Academy Award winners Whoopi Goldberg and Denzel Washington, plus supermodel Paulina on the Arsenio Hall Show.
Tonight at 11:30 on Fox 29.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Ford. Bank on your Quality Plus Ford dealer for great savings during Leadership Month. And by U.S. Healthcare, a health plan for living. SRO here at Shea Stadium today. Standing and watch the game for free out in that subway area. That's where you get the number 7 train that'll take you back to Grand Central. 2-1 New York. Magadan has flied to left and grounded into a fielder's choice.
You ever take that train?
This morning. Taken a lot over the years, and I took it out today, yeah.
Took it back one time.
I'm going to take it back again today. It's the only way when you have a game that starts at 3 o'clock. Here's a fly down the left field line, and it's caught by Hayes. Be horrendous traffic when this game is over today. But that train will whisk you back in about 25 minutes.
You must have taken a different train than I took then. It took me 45 minutes to get back.
Really?
It was jammed, of course, after a ball game.
I got out in under a half hour today. Hubie Brooks is the hitter. Hubie has grounded out and doubled. Curveball for a strike from Terry Mulholland, who has given up fewer hits than Doc Gooden. 5-4. And he fools Hubie. Johnny Padres on the phone. And we'll see what happens in the Phillies bullpen. When you check down there, number 29 is going to be Mitch Williams. Murphy catches the lazy fly ball for out number 2. And who's it going to be?
The one,
or is that 49? Mitch is. I thought he was going to wear 29. 49 is
the one.
49 is green, right?
One positive thing about the pitching this spring was the relievers. They pitched pretty well.
High fly ball deep left center, but should stay in. Dykstra's there. And Lenny puts it away for the out. Terry Mulholland has his quickest inning yet. And after 6 this afternoon, it's 2-1 New York.
Shine the lights on you, shine the lights on me. Keep your Bud Light shining for everyone to see. Shine the lights on this, shine the lights on that. Oh, shining all the others is with Bud Light.
When you're looking good, you want Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down.
You can taste it, you can feel it. You know you got it right. Everything else is just the light. Keep your
know our assignment and go out and do it with some aggressiveness.
Why is it that some people constantly manage to reach heights others can only dream of? A few towns in western Pennsylvania have produced more football legends than any other place.
We play with boys and
Dan Marino,
we know that at the end of this
Johnny Unitas, George Blanda. What is it about these towns that gives birth to such greatness? Fierce pride, tradition, an obsession with excellence. The very things that drive us at Ford Motor Company. When leadership is in your blood, you push yourself to greater and greater heights. Our 1991 four-door Explorer and Escort have recorded the highest customer satisfaction ratings in our history. And starting right now, you'll be seeing more new models and exciting innovation from Ford and Lincoln Mercury than you've seen in years. America fell in love with Ford in the 80s, and we're going to be even tougher to beat in the 90s. Ford Motor Company.
We have a good ball game going here in the top of the 7th. Mets lead it 2-1. Still 3 big innings to play, and Harry Callis is with us. Harry?
All right, thanks, Rich. And Budweiser and Fox 29 are going to name a designated butt batter before the 7th inning of every regular season game televised by Fox 29. If any Phillies player hits a home run during that inning, the designated butt batter earns $100 immediately and shares in a $10,000 bonus pool given out at the end of the season. If you're 21 or older, you can send your name, address, and phone number to Bud Batter's Box, Post Office Box 13229, St. Louis, Missouri 63157. Charlie Hayes out on 1 pitch on the ground ball to Howard Johnson. And the batter will be Dickie Thon, who was struck out and walked. Joe Baber is up in the Phillies bullpen. If the Phillies get to Terry Mulholland, they would hit for him here in the 7th.
Terry really has pitched a good game. The double steal is the difference in this game, and that could have been executed better by both Dalton and Backman. Dutch made his mistake in not taking a peek at the runner at third.
High fly ball, right field. Hubie Brooks makes the play. That's 2 outs, and it'll bring up Wally Backman. Backman is singled and hit into a double play. So unless Backman gets on base, Mulholland would pitch the bottom half of this inning. Two outs and no base runners. Nothing to Wally Backman. Pulled on the off-speed pitch, a change-up. 1-1.
Mitch Williams, the latest Phillies player. He came over from the Cubs. Trade, I guess it happened last night.
Late last night, right around 11:15 it was announced. 2 balls and 1 strike to Backman.
Bill Giles, and I believe that's Joey sitting by him, his son.
Yeah, that's Joe. 2-2. Balls and 2 strikes to Wally Backman with 2 outs and no base runners. Third ball missed inside for a count. Third ball popped it up, foul, left field side, out of play. Still 3-2 to Wally Backman. Doc Gooden has struck out 6. And he has walked 1.
Twice now on Dykstra and Backman, he's gone to that 3-2 curveball.
Struck him out. 7 strikeouts for the Doc. Phillies go down in order in the 7th. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 2-1 New York.
Have you got your pearls on?
Yeah, it's gotta look good.
Bad.
fresh. Younger, older.
Bought one pair with a coupon, and they gave me a second pair.
She showed me a gazillion different frames. I got these Ray-Ban Wayfarer sunglasses for $34.95.
Have you got your pearls on?
Promise they'd be perfect.
Guaranteed it. Why just wear glasses when you can put on pearls?
Ray-Ban sunglasses, $34.95.
Pearl and Pearl Vision Express for glasses in 1 hour. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for locations.
Come rediscover American value at the National Dodge Sell-A-Thon. Presenting some of the best Dodge deals ever. Total savings up to $4,370. Air conditioning at no extra charge on Caravans plus $500 cash back. Savings up to $3,700 on Dakota. Savings up to $1,750 on Spirit. And prices from under $7,700. But hurry, these deals can't last forever.
A first ever Phillies opening day just for kids. Saturday, April 13th, 1:35. The Phillies play the Cards. Kids 14 and under get a free cereal bowl that looks like a helmet and a box of Kellogg's cereal. Call 463-1000.
Hi, it's tax time, and at Choice Seating until April 15th, save the amount equal to your sales tax. Choose from over 500 styles and 2,000 fabrics at Choice Seating.
Carry-On will lead off for New York, batting for the first time. Carry-On hit .250 last year. He has some power. He hit 10 home runs in a utility role.
Yeah.
He came in for the injured Kevin McReynolds. One strike to Carry-On.
We've learned that McReynolds got some stiffness in his knee. That's why he left the game.
Grab by Terry Mulholland, taking a hit away from Carry-On. No way Dickie Thon would have gotten to that ball. A great play by Mulholland.
That was headed for center field, no question. Watch him throw that glove out on his follow-through. Snatched it.
That'll bring up Tom Herr, who has struck out and walked. Strike to Tom Herr. Ground ball to third base. Charlie Hayes retires Herr. That's 2 down. It'll bring up Charlie O'Brien, who is lined out to left center and flied out to left. O'Brien was at bat when the Mets executed that double steal in the 4th inning, which has given them the difference in this game, a 2-1 lead. He didn't have the best of base runners in there either, with U.B. Brooks at third and Tom Herr at first.
2 guys that do not run very well.
One ball and no strikes.
They just kind of went to sleep on that play.
One to Charlie O'Brien. One ball and 2 strikes. Off the fastball, still 1-2. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies television network.
WTXF, Fox 29 in Philadelphia.
Nubs a foul ball. Still 1-2. pitch up there. 2-2 to Charlie O'Brien with 2 outs and no base runners.
Frank Viola will pitch tomorrow. David Cohn to his left will pitch Wednesday night. Viola and his agent have cut off contract talks with the Mets. Viola trying to get an extension for considerably more money. He can become a free agent at the end of this season. Means he'll make about $7 million a year.
Line drive to right field, speared by Murphy. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We move to the 8th inning at Shea. It's 2-1 New York.
Good times roll with the clean, fresh taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up, never let you down.
Who says you can't believe everything you read? For a limited time, you can get a sensational deal on an Accord and get the only car that's made Car and Driver's 10 Best list 9 years in a row.
If your car pulls to one side, if your steering wheel is off-center, your car could be out of alignment. At Midas, trained professionals with the latest technology align your car right. Before your tires show uneven wear, have your alignment checked, or you could be shortening tire life and taking risks. You see, we're serious about safety. Hey, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Buy any Midas Shocker Strut now and get the second one for 50% off the regular price.
Well, the Phillies open at home on Friday night, but we have a special opening day for all youngsters on Saturday, April 13th at 1:35. Tony the Tiger Kids opening day features a Phillies batting helmet, cereal box, and box of Kellogg's cereal for all youngsters 14 and under. So make your plans to bring the whole family for Kids opening day Saturday. The Phillies in St. Louis at 1:35. Call 463-1000 or stop by the Phil Center City ticket office at 4 States First Pennsylvania Bank Center Square. John Morris, who won a spot on this ball club as a non-roster player this spring, will pinch hit for Terry Mulholland. 1-0. Morris missed virtually all of last year with back problems. He hit .274 this spring. One ball and one strike to Morris. He'll be followed by Lenny Dykstra and then Darren Dalton.
274 isn't real great, but it's pretty good after you went 0 for your first 18.
Very good. He did finish strong. Fouls off the curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Terry Mulholland, who pitched well today, but leaves the game behind 2-1. Left field side. 1-2. Curveball up the middle, backhanded her, no play, base hit. John Morris, an infield single to lead off the Phillies' eighth. A pitch single for Morris.
Gooden almost got this ball. Just didn't get his glove up, and once it got by him, it was a base hit. No throw at all there by her.
I don't believe they'll bunt Lenny Dykstra here.
No. Lenny's been hitting everything up in the air today.
In the spring, everything he hit was a line drive, and now he's skying the ball. Smash, just foul down the first base side. Just barely foul. Ooh, that was trouble written all over. Game of inches.
How's it ever? That was rattling around all the way into that right field corner. Turned on this fastball and
it was foul. 0-1 to Dykstra. Dykstra's fly to center, popped his second, fly to left. Strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dykstra. And he did not like that call by Bob Nelson. He's in the hole 1 and 2.
Gooden might stay with that fastball. I don't think he wants to throw Lenny an off-speed pitch, even a good curveball. He might try to really crank up a curveball. That's the ball that you pull a lot of times.
Two American League Finals are in. Detroit has beaten New York 6-4. White Sox have clobbered Baltimore 9-1. Jack McDowell, the winner there for Chicago. Curveball hit on the ground to second base. They turn a double play. Lenny Dykstra grounds into a 4-6-3 double play, 2 outs and no base runners.
Well, that's a big one for Gooden. His ability to get Dykstra out today in his last 3 times up really been the difference for Doc Gooden. Threw him that curveball and got the double play.
Darren Dalton is 1 out of 3. Curveball for a strike. Dalton has struck out, popped up, and singled. They get 2 strikes, 0-2 to Dalton. Ball hit to center field. Coleman backtracking. He has room. Makes the play right against the fence in right center. Dalton gave that ball a good ride, but into the glove of Coleman. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, none left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 New York.
Annie said that there was no way in the world anyone would open a bank for us at 7:30 in the morning.
I did say that. 2 of our customers were leaving on a trip on Saturday morning and forgot to get their passports out of their safe deposit box.
The next morning, 9 a.m., we were leaving for our cruise.
She could have been in bed. It was her day off.
And they came and opened the bank at 7:30 in the morning.
And we got the passports, and we went on the cruise.
And it saved our marriage.
We believe in the power.
We believe in the power of relationships.
The fast facts about Ford Taurus and Honda Accord. Fact, Taurus offers V6 power, anti-lock brakes, and an airbag standard. Not so with Accord. The simple fact is, you should see your Quality Plus Ford dealer now. A few facts on our #1 truck. Fact, a Ford full-size pickup delivers fuel-injected power. Fact, compared to a Chevy, Ford F-150 delivers a bigger payload. And the F-150 costs you less at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Even with the no-hitter, I'm never going to be a glamour guy. I just want to be a solid, dependable pitcher. A guy who gives 100% every time he gets the ball. To me, the mark of a good pitcher isn't one great game. It's a lot of good games.
All children 14 and under receive a pair of white batting gloves with red trim just like the players wear, free. Sunday, April 14th at 1:35 when the Phillies play the Cardinals. Order tickets quickly and easily by calling 463-1000.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Four States First Pennsylvania Bank. We believe in the power of relationships. Well, Bud Harrelson is going to take Doc Gooden out of this game and probably call on his closer, John Franco, to finish. Joe Baber comes in to pitch for the Phils. Baber with the Phillies in Atlanta was 3-6, 14 saves, a 3.36 ERA. 2-3 with the Phillies with a fine ERA of 2.15. Darrell Boston leads off as a pinch hitter. Ground ball past Charlie Hayes. Dickie Thon won't get him. Boston can run. An infield single for Darrell Boston. And it will bring up Vince Coleman. Coleman could be butting here. The Mets could look for an extra run.
Now, when the ball got by Charlie Hayes, no chance to get Boston, who gets down that line in a hurry.
He was around to bunt, 1-0 to Coleman. A wild thing. Rich Williams, just acquired, is up in the Phillies bullpen. Swinging away, lofts a foul, and Charlie Hayes did not catch up to it. He was playing him shallow to punt. It's 0-2. Alejandro Pena and John Franco are up in the Mets bullpen. It will undoubtedly be Franco to come in the 9th inning. He bunts it foul. 1-2.
It's a good ball game. Struck out 7, gave up 5 hits, only 1 run.
Well, Doc is finished for the day after pitching 8 very good innings. To center field. Boston will stop at second. And the Mets have 2 men on base, nobody out here in the 8th. Going to switch hitting Greg Jeffries. Baber in some 8th inning. Johnny Padres getting on the phone to see if Mitch Williams is ready.
We're in that palm ball here, and let's give the hitter some credit there. It looked like a pretty good pitch.
Greg Jeffries has doubled, struck out, and grounded out. Tries to bunt, bunts at foul. Phillies had the rotation play on with Dickie Don covering third. Charlie Hayes charging from third.
Jeffries going down here to talk to his third base coach. I think Jeffries would like to swing.
I'm sure he'd like to swing.
Especially with, the way the infielders are moving.
I rather doubt if the Phillies will repeat that rotation play on this particular pitch. They play it honestly. Jeffries did not indicate bunt, and it's high for a ball, 1-1. One ball and one strike to Jeffries. Fly ball, right center field. Lenny Dykstra there makes the catch. Boston tagging Dykstra. Strong throw out at third base. What a throw by Lenny Dykstra. Double play. And Coleman is still at first.
Well, that was a great throw. And Lenny was fairly deep out there. And Nick Leyva's coming out of the dugout. He probably wants to go to his left-hander, Mitch Williams. Look at that throw. All the way. Wasn't even close.
Great throw by Dykstra. I think Nick is going to go to the wild thing here to try to get Dave Magadan out. Also, Vince Coleman will have to be a little more honest as a base runner at first base with Mitch Williams, the left-hander. Williams will be making his first appearance as a Phil. Pitching change for the Phillies. 8th inning, 2-1 Mets. Back after these messages.
Have you got your pearl on?
Yeah, it's gotta look good. Bad. Fresh.
Younger? Older?
Bought one pair with a coupon, and they gave me a second pair.
She showed me a gazillion different frames. I got these Ray-Ban Wayfarer sunglasses for $34.95.
Have you got your pearls on?
Promise they'd be perfect. Guaranteed it.
Why just wear glasses when you can put on pearls?
Ray-Ban sunglasses, $34.95.
Pearl and Pearl Vision Express for glasses in 1 hour. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for locations.
We believe in the power.
When I lost my sight, the last thing I worried about was balancing my checkbook. But Donna at Core States had an idea that made it easy.
Hi, Margaret. How you
She
doing?
recorded my statements for me at home.
Check number 5031.
You cannot imagine how much it means to me.
1122. I look forward to talking to you again next month.
We believe in the power.
We believe in the power of relationships.
Mitch Williams, the man they call the Wild Thing, making his Phillies debut. 6'4", 205-pounder, 26 years of age. He was from Savannah, California. Last year for the Cubs, he was 1-8, 16 saves at 3.93 ERA. Strikes out a lot of hitters, walks a lot of hitters. He'll be trying to get Dave Magadan out here in the 8th inning. Magadan is nothing out of 3. He is flied out here into a fielder's choice and flied out. Vince Coleman at first base with 2 outs. And 1-0 to Magadan. Roger McDowell is up in the Phillies bullpen. With the right-hand hitting QB Brooks, 2 up next.
He has a good move to first base.
is off the batter, and it's flagged by Dickie Todd in shallow left as he jammed Magadan. That'll retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. It's 2-1 New York.
Welcome to Mountain Man 101. Let's begin. This is a mountain man. Notice his love of great natural beauty, his instinctive resourcefulness, his healthy respect for a fine pair of cowboy boots. However, the easiest way to identify a mountain man is to look at his hands, which will no doubt be holding a smooth bush beer or an easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains and learn to live life as a man among men.
Something has happened overnight. The company that created overnight shipping now gives you 2 ways to ship it overnight. Introducing an afternoon delivery service from Federal Express at a price that'll lift your spirits. It's a whole new dawn in overnight shipping. Federal Express, absolutely positively the best in the business twice a day.
This is one performance you don't want to miss. The spacious seating and well-appointed surroundings will impress you. Its spirited performance and style will move you. Don't miss the roomy, responsive Sonata. The mid-size sedan from Hyundai. Yes, Hyundai.
Now, the Philly fanatic, when this game opened, was making his way up to the top of Veterans Stadium, where he will be camped out until the ball club returns on Wednesday night. He'll greet the Phillies on the trip back from New York. And he'll have the first ball to deliver in his own inimitable way on Friday night when the Phillies open against the Cardinals. Reenactment of the opening of Veterans Stadium. Jim Bunning will be on hand. He threw the first pitch to open the bet. And all fans receive a Dr. Dirt and Mr. Klain poster featuring Lenny Dykstra and Dale Murphy, compliments of IGA. Plan to be on hand Friday night. We'll see you there against the Cardinals. For tickets, call 463-1000. John Franco, the new pitcher, he led the league in saves last year with 33. He was 5-3, a 2.53 ERA. Facing Bon Hayes to lead it off, then Dale Murphy. And then scheduled to bat would be John Kruk. Little humpback one-hopper to Tom Herr, and Hayes is retired.
I'm surprised that Herr didn't catch that ball in the air, but I guess maybe figured he couldn't reach it.
Here's Dale Murphy, who was singled in 3 at-bats. Good lifetime hitter against Franco, 364 lifetime. One strike to Murphy. Two quick strikes to Murphy.
Thrown him 2 perfect pitches, fastball and screwball right out there rolling away.
Just missed, 1-2. It's all up to John Kruk, who has accounted for the Phillies' lone run today with a home run. 2 outs and no base runners here in the 9th inning. to Kruk. Hack fouled it back, 1-1.
He was looking for a little better fate, and he pitched well enough to win most games, did Terry Mulholland.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Kruk, and the fans now are on their feet in anticipation of Franco getting this final out. Let's lead 2-1 tonight. Bounced up the middle, fielded by Howard Johnson. This one is over. As Kruk grounds out, Franco earns his first save of the year. Daskett will get the win, and Phillies down in order in the ninth. 2-1 final New York. Back to the totals in the recap in just a moment.